Paving this shit crank.
Hi you guys, how you doing today? I know this is not a sexual assault or anything type of video. I saw this story and it was really sad. And as you can see, this says this dad was arrested for not updating his address. 3 days later, he was dead in jail. This is crazy. What are you going to arrest him for? Let's read the story because I haven't seen what the story. A Georgia father of 2 was arrested because he didn't change his address with his probation officer. Oh, okay. 3 days later, he was found dead inside of his jail cell. I wonder what that was about. Let me go back up so we can see his face. Wow. Maybe he forgot. You know, sometimes when you're busy moving and stuff and things are happening, you're getting this turned on, this transferred, this, that, and the other, and maybe, you know, he simply forgot and probably tried to do it at the last minute. This is so sad. Lee Mitchell Creeley, 34, had moved into a new home only 3 weeks before he died in Chatham County lockup. His partner Jessica Hodges and their sons had outgrown their mobile home and were excited to start a new chapter of their lives. But police arrested Creeley, who previously pleaded guilty to drug possession, for a probation violation on September the 3rd, I believe it was 2020, because his probation officer wasn't aware of the new address. Now, Creeley's family is demanding answers on what happened to him behind bars and the location of the man's heart. An independent autopsy can't be completed because pieces of the organ were missing from Creeley's body, according to the family's lawyer. What the hell? Who claims state investigators and the county coroner's office haven't disclosed where the pieces are. Are we still in body parts now when our family members are being locked up? Is that what we're doing now? We're still in body parts? What the heck? Wow. But see, this is what's so ridiculous, because the probation officer could have just put in a phone call and said, hey, dude, what's up? And he could have said, you know what, with everything that's going on, I moved and I forgot to, inform you. My bad. I apologize. Do you want me to come in so I can show you that, show you where I'm at? If you want to come by, anything. But to go to jail and now this man's heart is missing? What the hell is going on? Are they into body trafficking too? Body parts? Oh, organ trafficking. That's the word, organ trafficking. 5 deputies were fired in connection to Creeley's mysterious death inside the detention center, and one of them, Terrence Jackson, was charged with one felony count of falsifying documents. Oh my God. So now we're inside jails doing organ harvesting. What the heck? Okay, you guys, this is one of the stories where I gotta click, so hopefully it goes right. The Chatham County Sheriff said Jackson claimed in a jail record that he made rounds to check on inmate 10 times, but that surveillance revealed he never left his desk. Wow. The Chatham County Sheriff's, I hope I'm saying this right, the Chatham County Sheriff's Office did not return messages by press time. Wow. Nor did the agency's private health care company, Correct Health LLC. This is sad, you guys. Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. This is so sad. Let me see the rest of the story. Oh, look at the little cutie pie. And let's see. It's miserable. It's hard to get any kind of closure from this. To start the healing process, Hodges told the Daily Beast. Nothing has made sense. She said that their children, Dawson 7 and Landon 12, don't understand what's happened, and she has no information from authorities or any way of explaining how their father died. This is so sad. Lee was a really easygoing person. Everybody loved him. He wasn't confrontational at all. I just don't understand why they would treat somebody like this, Hodges said. According to one Reuters report, when jail staff discovered Creeley on his bed, his fists were clenched in rigor mortis. Sorry, you guys. And his hands and face were blue. Internal jail records reviewed by Reuters revealed the facility's private medical provider, Correction Health LLC, only gave Creeley his daily medication once in 4 days. Oh my God. And had stopped checking his vitals after his second day in jail. Creeley was taking medications to help manage his withdrawal from heroin and benzodiazepines. The news agency reported Correct Health nurse hadn't visited Creeley's cell for almost 48 hours before they found his body. And they all need to lose their job. I don't care. This is ridiculous. Oh, they are such a beautiful couple. They are such a beautiful couple. Oh, man. This is, you guys, this is the kind of stuff that's happening in jails now. They're not checking on the patients. This isn't the first time Correct Health has come under scrutiny in Savannah. In 2017, a year after the firm won a contract, an independent monitor said the contractor should be fined $5.2 million for lapse in staffing and medical care. But the county declined to pursue any action. Reuters report instead last year the county gave Correct Health a $500,000 bonus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, resulting in increased costs. See, it's all about the money. One recent investigation by Atlanta Magazine and the Telegraph in Macon revealed Correct Health was sued at least 79 times between 2014 and 2018 over inmate deaths, the plaintiffs making accusations of untreated pain and denial of care. See, this is a money-making thing for these judges. And Will Claiborne, an attorney for Hodges and the Creeley family, has demanded that Chatham County terminate its contract with Correct Health, saying they have a history of racking up fines and racking up bodies here in Savannah, and it's time for the county commissioner to fire them. You guys, this is so hard to read because it's like you have family members. I don't have any family members in jail, but oh my God. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, which is investigating Creeley's death, released the results of an autopsy report on Wednesday. Nellie Miles, GBI's director of the Office of Public Affairs, said Creeley's cause of death is fentanyl intoxication. Bullshit. Excuse my language. A complete autopsy was performed and all organs were returned to the body as per the GBI medical examiner's office protocol. Miles said in an email, as a part of a routine autopsy examination, the heart is dissected and very small pieces are retained for microscopic examination if needed. The case has been turned over to the DA's office. Please check with them for any further updates. My tongue is all tied today. This is really sad. He goes into he forgets to check in to his parole officer because he moved, which is not something that's major. They could have put in a phone call and asked him where he is. He could have shown proof that he moved. They could have came out and visited him. They could have had a conversation and gave him a verbal warning. But instead you put him in jail, which is another thing, money. And then the man ends up dead. Parole officer, go to jail. Be accountable for it. Sorry, that's just how I feel. It doesn't make any sense. This man goes to jail for something that simple, and then you don't take care of him while he's in jail. And there has been a lot of cry from the outcry from prisoners saying how poor their conditions are, how deplorable the situations are inside the prisons and the jails. Asked why Creeley's family didn't receive his entire heart, Miles replied, in case a very small portion was retained for examination, as previously stated, this is part of a routine for autopsy exams. On Wednesday, hours before Miles' statement, Claiborne said the family hadn't received a cause of death or any information besides the reason for his arrest. Wow. They've learned details only through the media, including the Reuters report. Wait a minute, how you gonna let somebody else tell me about my loved one's cause of death and not come talk to me? How heartless must you be as an investigator or a government official here that you won't tell his family what happened, said Claiborne, who is representing Creeley's family throughout the Fair Fight initiative. The Savannah-based nonprofit seeks to fight mistreatment in the criminal justice system, as well as systemic racism and abuse of power in the Deep South. This is really sad, you guys. This is really sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I went a little bit too far. I'm going to leave it right there. And it says at the top, and literally you're keeping the guy's heart, which obstructs us from being able to determine what happened. It's disgusting. It's I can't say the macabre. I don't know what that means. And it's deeply insulting to this family, Claiborne added. On Thursday, Hodges said GBI still hadn't responded to the family or put the cause of death in writing. She said Creeley struggled with addiction and was in withdrawal when he entered the jail and needed treatment. They were aware of the fact that Lee was going through withdrawals, which can be very dangerous and life-threatening if not treated. Hodges said instead of treating him, they chose to leave him to die. I think they need to be held accountable for that. I think so too. I truly think that they need to be accountable for it too. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? That's somebody's loved one. Adding to the family's pain, Hodges said, authorities initially called Creeley's death a suicide. Savannah news station WTOC-TV reported that at a court appearance for Jackson, one prosecutor said the evening that this happened, it's alleged that he did not check in on somebody that was in a suicidal state. The person ultimately ended up committing suicide. Claiborne said the prosecutor's office later retracted that statement. Ooh, Lord have mercy. You talking about a cover-up. The cover-up is real. Hodges said she fell in love with Creeley more than 13 years ago when he was visiting Georgia from his native Pennsylvania. Lee was a good guy. He fought his demons, but that was with him. That wasn't put on us. He had a good heart. He was willing to help anybody, give the shirt off his back, Hodges said. Sorry, you guys, I'm reading kind of blah, blah. He was a really good dad. I bet. They moved from the mobile home temporarily to a motel, then to a new house in Effingham County. We were happy. The boys were happy. We were looking forward to starting over there, Hodges said. That's sad. Just before Creeley was arrested, Hodges sent him to a local Walmart to pick up some supplies for the new house. She said that when he arrived, he called her to make sure he had everything on his shopping list. While they were on the phone, she says she heard police officers approach him and ask him for his name. Creeley apparently placed his phone in his pocket so she couldn't hear the entire conversation. I wish he wouldn't have done that. Hodges said Creeley was taken to the Effingham County Jail before being transported the next day to Chatham County. She spoke to Creeley briefly while he was in booking, but never heard from him again. All the while, she says she tried to get through to him on the phone. I kept calling the jail asking if everything was okay because it's not like him to not call. Hodges said I assumed they might have been on lockdown because of COVID-19. Then after a couple of days it didn't feel right. Hodges had a visit scheduled for September 7th, but when she woke up that morning, a person identifying himself as a Chatham County investigators called and told her Creeley was dead. What the frickin' frack? We were just calling to let you know Mr. Creeley passed away last night. Hodges recalled the person telling her. When she asked what had happened, he allegedly replied, "Ma'am, that's all the information we have." What? Oh yeah, because they weren't married, they were just partners. So if that was his wife, I think they would have been able to give her a little bit more information. It doesn't say whether they were married or not, it just says partner. It was very cold and short, Hodges said. Claiborne questioned why Creeley had to be arrested in the first place. Hello, somebody. That's what I'm asking. A failure to change his address with his probation officer resulted in a death sentence because of the medical neglect he suffered in the jail. Claiborne said, because we make a choice to incarcerate people on a technical violation when really, if anything, Lee would have benefited from a treatment program. Hodges says she's been unable to collect Creeley's belongings because GBI investigators put a hold on his items, preventing the sheriffs from releasing them. Wow, that might not be important stuff, but when you lose somebody, it is, Hodges said. You want to hold on to everything. I know that this will never make sense, but they need to just be held accountable for what happened. They've treated him like he wasn't a person. Wow, that's so sad. I'm gonna go back up to the picture. This is so sad, you guys. I know it's a little bit lengthy and I'm going backwards. Sorry, you guys. Forgive me because I need to scroll back up to the picture. This doesn't make any sense. This man moved out of a mobile home to a hotel, then got a house. Then while he was at the store picking up supplies for his house, they arrested him. And she was on the phone talking to him. I really wish he would not have put that phone in his pocket so she could have heard the dialogue between the police and Mr. Creeley. This is a cold thing. So you guys, those of you that have family members that's incarcerated, please check up on your family member. Please don't just assume that everything is going to be all right. Please don't do that. Check up on your family members. Have communication with your family members. If something is wrong, get on the heads of those COs up in there because they know better. They have a job to do. So, again, I hate to bring you this sad story, but I needed to let you see what was going on inside the jails in this world today. Remember to press that like button. Hit that thumbs up as the like button, as I said before. Okay, I'm getting tongue-tied again. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload another video. And also, I just want to take the time to say thank you to all the support that I've been getting from everybody. I haven't wrote anybody's name down, but I definitely want to thank you. And until next time, bye bye.